It's a beautiful Tuesday evening. Thanks for joining us on Nationwide today. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Nigeria has unveiled the National Cybersecurity Policy 2021. President Muhammadu Buhari, who unveiled the document, said it is a milestone in government's efforts to ensuring that unscrupulous elements do not use the cyberspace for nefarious activities to harm Nigerians and cause national security challenges.
This administration has focused its efforts on several information and communications technology-driven initiatives. All these initiatives serve as enablers for tackling many of the economic and security challenges facing our country, while also providing us with a platform to improve accountability and transparency in our unwavering resolve to tackle corruption.
So, food security. Developing a sustainable food system has never been more urgent and important than now due to the challenges of population growth, poverty, COVID-19 and economic fallout, hence the partnership with all stakeholders in achieving food security. This was the submission of the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at Nigeria UN Food System Summit Inception Dialogue. Haman Jabani reports.
The Inception National Dialogue is aimed at identifying food system challenges from multiple perspectives that will provide unique opportunity to reevaluate how to engage, manage, govern, and use food systems effectively for efficient, resilient, and sustainable food production. This is what Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo believes can resolve the problem of malnutrition and unhealthy diet and create unique threat to health.
Also questions around ensuring environmentally sustainable production practices, creating empowering jobs and livelihoods, and building capacities to ensure sustainable and healthy food systems. Now, these issues require expertise and experience, but also the views of those who will literally be at the receiving end of these plans.
Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, who spoke extensively on the national policy on food and nutrition, said the food system is part of the government plan to achieve Mid-Term Development Plan 2050.
Nigeria has shown a clear commitment to the eradication of malnutrition. This is happening through the adoption, but also domestication of policies and costed strategic plans, which emphasize increased reliance on domestic funding and a well-coordinated multi-sectoral and multi-stakeholder approach comprising of government, civil society organizations, private sectors, as well as donors.
The United Nations says the dialogue will also enhance food security and sustainability of eco-based agriculture and food system around the world by 2030. The theme of the Inception Dialogue is Sustainable Food System through Enabled Agricultural Value Chain in Nigeria. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
Now, the Senate has confirmed the nomination of the appointment of 5 nominees for appointment as non-career ambassadors designate. The confirmation followed the consideration of the screening report presented by the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs. The 5 persons confirmed include the immediate past service chiefs, General Abayomi Olonishakin from Ekiti State, Lieutenant General Tukubra Borno State, Vice Admiral Ibok Ete Ibas Cross River, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar Bauchi, and Air Vice Marshal Mohammed Usman from Kano State. Senate also received executive communication from President Muhammadu Buhari requesting the confirmation of the nomination of Haliru Nababa for appointment as the Controller General of the Nigeria Correctional Service. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has urged the various security agencies to intensify efforts to rescue those abducted at the government-signed secondary school, Kagara, Niger State. The issue, which came under matters of urgent public importance, raised by Representative Onyeme Idem, saw House members condemning the incident that occurred on the 17th of February 2021. The lawmakers noted with sadness recent happenings in Niger State and urged that government must act swiftly to address the menace. In the meantime, the House has passed a resolution to investigate the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency over allegations that the agency breached provisions of the Procurement Act in the implementation of capital. Niger State government and the 25 council chairmen are evolving a robust strategy to capture biodata of residents and visitors to ensure effective monitoring. Usina Musa reports that this and other security issues topped the agenda of meeting held at the government house. Mina.
Between the second and third tier of government in the state seeks to explore areas of collaboration to end the activities of bandits in and around the area, strengthening the capacity of various security outfits, including that of the vigilante, were part of suggestive measures highlighted to restore sanity and maintain law and order in the state. The council chairmen were also to synergize and work in tandem with the traditional rulers in their various areas. They collectively noted that to effectively tackle and surmount current security situation in the state requires sincerity of purpose. So took time off to felicitate with the government and immediate families of the abductees that regained their freedom while praying for the safe return of students of Government Science College, Kagara, and others still in captivity. The governor has, however, suspended the proposed meeting with traditional rulers and Fulani leaders till further notice. Emena Hussaina Musa, NTA News.
Still on security, troops of the Nigerian Army, 13th Brigade attached to the Cross River State government-owned security outfit Operation Akpao have arrested some criminal elements within its area of operation, Archibang Basi reports.
The suspect, one Mr. Kun Essien, was arrested by troops of the Nigerian Army 13th Brigade attached to Operation Akpako at number 19 Community Road of Jeb Street in Calabar South local government area for alleged kidnapping.
They asked me about my two sons. They say they are kidnappers.
Also arrested at 8 miles in Calabar municipality for alleged robbery following a tip-off is one James Edet. The suspect is notorious for dispossessing members of the community of their valuables, which prompted them to report him to the troops deployed to the area.
As I entered the salon, one army man came. He called me and said, "You come."
The third suspect was arrested at Afokang by the Correctional Service Center, Calabar South, with a locally made pistol, 1 cartridge and charms. Also, during the course of preliminary investigation, the suspect confessed to have participated in several armed robbery operations around the area and mentioned one Blessing Efium to be an informant.
Entering the streets, one army man just came, told me, "Where are you going?" I just explained myself and I said, "Okay, follow me."
The suspects were handed over to the State Police Command by the officer commanding 13th Brigade Provost, Major Stanley Ipeme, on behalf of the brigade commander for further investigation and prosecution. In Calabar, Archibang Basi, NTA News.
A former governor of Edo State and constitutional law expert, Professor Osareme Osumbo, says political leaders and actors as well as the public need to be sensitized to the extent of their powers and responsibilities under the Constitution. Discussing challenges with law enforcement on Good Morning Nigeria today, the head of the Police Trust Fund and former Inspector General of Police, Sulaiman Abba, also suggested the introduction of local government police. Ekimini Williams has details.
Nigeria is dealing with challenges in enforcing the laws, especially with rising criminality and ethnic-oriented clashes. The guests, drawing from their experiences in law, governance and policing, examined the factors obstructing law enforcement and located these in inadequate enlightenment on the provisions of the law, political interference and lack of community involvement in law enforcement.
There are plethora of laws. State laws are conflicting with federal laws. Sometimes the law enforcement agents find it difficult. Which one do you really obey?
Sometimes I begin to wonder whether some governors, with due respect, are familiar with these basic issues in the constitution and in the laws.
But the problem is still with the society. The colonial hangover on both sides, on the side of the policeman thinking that he's only there to enforce the law.
To address the situation, the guests suggested, among others, educating all political actors on their powers under the law, devolving the powers of policing to states and local governments, as well as separation of the office of the Commissioner of Justice from that of the Attorney General.
Find a way of appointing the Honorable Attorney General. Then find a way of getting who is the commissioner or minister. If you're a commissioner, you know that yes, you are there commissioned as a political appointee. If you're a Honorable Attorney General, you know that yes, it's by virtue of your profession and the age at the bar that you have become the Honorable Attorney General, and you owe it a duty to protect that image that you have.
Stealing, kidnapping, robbery, ritual murders, and all those kind of crimes that plague Nigerian society today are state offenses created by the state houses of assembly. And the states have jurisdiction over such matters, not federal. So it makes sense, therefore, that a state that has created these offenses to have the police to enforce its laws.
We are going for state police. Let's start with local government police, which the governors destroyed. The insecurity problem or situation we have at hand is because there isn't anything a local government chairman or a traditional ruler can do because he's incapacitated, he doesn't have the funding to do it.
They also called for attitudinal change among citizens to show a greater sense of responsibility towards upholding the law. In Abuja, Kemini Williams, NTA News.
In a bit of judiciary, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Monday awarded a sum of 10.6 million damages against the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) for unlawful blocking the highway in front of its corporate headquarters in Abuja, which led to a ghastly motor accident. The amount was awarded in favor of veteran journalist Eze Joe Anika, whose Peugeot 406 was damaged beyond repairs in 2012 as a result of the unlawful blockage. Delivering judgment in a suit instituted against the NNPC, Justice Babatunde Quarry agreed with the plaintiff that the NNPC was negligent in blocking the highway without road signs as required by law. The judge held that the evidence of witnesses to the monarch that concrete barriers were placed on the highway by the NNPC to avert attack from Boko Haram terrorists were not faulted. Justice Quarry further held that the claims of the plaintiff regarding the accident and the documents tendered to support its claims were not controverted by the NNPC or its witnesses. You're still watching Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Let's pause here and join Dotun Ugunyemi in Lagos for more reports. Hello, Dotun.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Between December 2020 and now, the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, has responded to 110 major incidents and 500 minor ones. This staggering statistics is propelling a change in emergency management, as premium will now be placed on mitigation through sensitization. Director General of the agency at a simulation exercise in Lagos explains that this approach is cost efficient while exploring alternatives at reducing response time to emergencies. Michael Olaleye reports.
This is not a real-life incident. It is a simulation exercise depicting a tanker explosion in the middle of the ever-intense Lagos traffic. With hundreds of passengers trapped in the accident, the difficult situation before emergency response is how to save lives without escalating the fire. The response to this emergency situation no doubt is prompt, but can the agency replicate same in a real-life situation?
With new equipment, we are giving the team assurance that they have good tools to work with. Not only that, we are allowing them to use modern equipment to respond to emergency. And with that, they will be able to respond not only effectively, efficiently.
Although the simulation exercise is to show level of preparedness for proper disaster management, but to the Lagos State government, it is the demonstration of the premium placed on lives.
The lives and property of all Lagosians is dear to this administration. It therefore becomes imperative that our agencies get all the support they require in the dispensation of their duties.
We'll be having cadets in the local government, so that in every local government or LCDA, we'll have ready-made officers, so that when a disaster happens in any local government, we already have ready-made grassroots foot soldiers on ground, apart from the ones coming from the headquarters.
The institutionalization of a robust emergency response agency, stakeholders believe, is key at reducing accidents and other avoidable disasters. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
Let's now talk economic matters. The news that Nigeria exited yet another recession has rekindled hope in many Nigerians. Business experts who spoke on this new development believe it will revive the desire of investors to contribute to the nation's GDP. Abolade Salami reports.
The moment Nigeria's GDP growth contracted for second consecutive quarter by minus 3.62% in the third quarter of 2020, government deployed all its arsenal to the direction of recovery. While the country battles with ravaging global pandemic to flatten the curve, economic players embarked on an aggressive strategy towards ensuring the implementation of economic policies and the federal government's sustainability plan aimed at stimulating growth.
In addition, we sought to stimulate economic activities through targeted interventions in critical sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, electricity, and construction.
As a responsive government whose agenda is to develop all key sectors of the economy for economic gains, it realized the urgent need to diversify from a mono economy to boost the non-oil sector.
At the same time, measures are being taken by the authorities to improve our non-oil exports and other sources of foreign exchange.
But from the figures we have seen, we are beginning to see some improvements, some positive developments around our GDP. Now we are in the positive trajectory of 0.11%. Although still very fragile, but it's also indicative of the fact that things are moving in the right direction.
While the federal government proactive steps have paid off in reawakening the economy through the non-oil sector, data from the National Bureau of Statistics reveals that major drivers of Nigeria's exit out of recession in the fourth quarter of 2020 were crop production at 3.68%, crude petroleum and natural gas at 8.2%, trade at 14.9%, telecommunications and information services at 12.2%, and real estate at 5.7%. Thus, 5 sub-sectors recorded significant improvements in their real GDP growth numbers. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
And that's it from here. Let's now take a break. Nationwide continues shortly.
I bring you wonderful news. The village headmaster is coming back to your screen. Mo wire abi mi o wire. Teacher yo mo, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Teacher yo mo, a fẹ́ lọ wá nǹkan jẹ. Ọmọ onírẹsì ti dé.
Ajebo na better school for Las Gidi. Not be all this on a rugged yes school for Ijabi. I don't know for you.
It's called Oja Village. Kadesi, we no happy at all.
And I know that even you too, you are getting a lot of orders too. Hey, we are trying, Shao. Sweep her leg out. She was standing there. Sweep it.
I love you so much.
And how did I give you the impression that I was interested in that position?
50-year anniversary.
You mean anniversary?
I mean, that is why I talk with that now.
Not for me.
Not for me because of Pamio.
Thanks for staying with the NTA. To education, academics in the nation's colleges of education subsector are meeting in Abuja with a view to uplift the system to greater heights. This came to the fore at the commencement of a 3-day all-stakeholders meeting at the instance of the Colleges of Education Staff Union, with the Minister of Education, Adamu, in attendance. Abdullah Musa Suleja reports.
Development of every nation depends on the functionality of its education. For the teachers whose responsibility is training of teachers, the subsector needs to be revamped for optimal performance. House Committee Chairman on Tertiary Education and Services Suleiman Guru pointed out some areas for consideration.
We can register our grievances without disrupting academic calendar.
The summit will be in consonance with the objectives of the education roadmap.
You in colleges of education must make your presence felt by training educated personnel to go to our school.
The Minister of Education was represented.
College of Education is very, very significant in educational development of this nation. But how well equipped, how well prepared for the assignment is another issue.
The Colleges of Education Staff Union (COESU), in collaboration with the National Commission for Colleges of Education (NCCE) and Committee of Provost of Colleges of Education, who put together the summit, are optimistic of positive results that will move the system out of its present status.
So we want to see what we can do, harness the opinion of stakeholders on what the colleges can also do to be able to fund themselves adequately if government cannot provide the resources.
A communique is expected at the end of the summit. Abdullah Musa Sleja, NTA News.
The independent monitors of the National Social Investment Program in Taraba State have been tasked on the need to efficiently supervise the over 6 billion naira federal government interventions across the state. This was the flagging off of training for the monitors by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management. Adamu Haruna Adams reports.
The federal government came up with the Integrated National Social Investment Program in 2016 as part of commitment to lift Nigerians out of poverty. Statistics shows that the federal government has expended more than 16 billion naira in Taraba State alone through Empower, school feeding, and grants for rural women, among others. To consolidate impact of the program in Taraba State, Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, and Social Development puts together the training for independent monitors who are expected to monitor implementation of the program, particularly at the grassroots.
Their duty is to monitor and to report to us in Abuja for us to see where we have come short of the program, we can make correction.
Stakeholders commend the ministry for the initiative. The monitors express readiness to contribute to success of the program
and to support others in our local government.
I am so excited to become a monitor of federal in my local government.
The 57 independent monitors for the Integrated National Social Investment Program in Taraba State are selected from the 16 local government areas of the state. In Jalingo, Adamu Haruna Adams, NTA News.
Still on training in Katsina State, no fewer than 1,500 youth across the state have undergone training on business development and entrepreneurship skills for self-sustenance. The 5-day training was conducted at all the 3 senatorial districts in Katsina. Mohammed Saliu Awal reports.
Over the years, Katsina State government has continued to accord priority in training the teeming unemployed youth in various skills acquisition to avert restiveness, to ensure self-reliance for socio-economic development. The 5-day intensive skill acquisition training was aimed at engaging the youth on meaningful ventures, thereby reducing the menace of insecurity in the state and complementing the federal government efforts in that direction.
Katsina State for entrepreneurship and business development training. This is indeed a milestone in the history of the ministry and indeed Katsina State as a whole.
In a message at the closing of the training, Katsina State Governor Aminu Bello Masari said his administration will continue to accord priority to skill acquisition, training of the youths, considering the upsurge in the number of unemployed youths, as government alone cannot shoulder the responsibilities. Represented by the State Commissioner for Rural Development, Mustapha Kantibello, the governor explained that the skill acquisition training will go a long way in addressing the societal problems affecting rural communities.
To see that we train our youth and get them access to finance so that they can be employers of labor themselves instead of waiting for a government job.
Resource persons at the training expressed optimism that training of such nature will not only boost the economic fortunes of the beneficiaries, but also help in reducing all forms of criminal activities bedeviling the state. In Katsina, Muhammad Salis Awal, NTA News.
And Zenret in our studio in Jos has some reports for us on Nationwide.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for joining us in Jos. The German International Corporation, GIZ, says it will expand its agricultural support program in Plateau State to cover manufacturing, value chain, marketing and transportation towards boosting the economy of the state. The corporation's head of programs, Marcus Washkun, gave this indication during a meeting with Governor Lalong in Jos. Bilkis Nuhu reports.
Presenting the document to Governor Simon Lalong, the GIZ head of program said it contained the corporation's new push to support income generation and employment in Plateau State. This, he said, will be pursued with specific focus on agricultural economy. Governor Lalong promised that his administration will sustain its partnership with the German corporation, considering its impact towards the revival of the state's economy over the years. Similarly, the governor also received the country manager of the Center for Humanitarian Dialogue, who intimated him on its desire to expand their peacemaking initiatives in the state. The initiatives will be pursued side by side with COVID-19 awareness campaigns, focusing on communities and policy makers. Governor Lalong commended them for offering useful suggestions to peace building, which he said led to the creation of the Plateau State Peace Building Agency.
We engage regularly through either the phone or in person where possible.
The benefit of my relationship, I can't quantify it. And that is why your interventions here, always anytime you want to come back, I'll say it is home for you.
The governor used the opportunity to disclose that Plateau is among the states scheduled to host the pilot scheme of the National Livestock Transformation Plan, stressing that the benefits will enormously impact economic development and peaceful coexistence. In Jos, Bilkis Nuhu, NTA News.
To reduce the spread of COVID-19 cases in Plateau State, the National Orientation Agency, NOA, has taken a message of persuasive enforcement of the safety protocols to Bassa local government area. Rinver Sylvan's Lord has details.
I had an accident during the lockdown, and I was in the hospital where I contracted the COVID-19 virus. Please, we should be very serious about this program that we have attended, so that when we go out, we'll be able to impart knowledge to other people. It is real.
This testimony by the COVID-19 victims set the tone for the flag-off of this sensitization campaign by NOA, premised on the surge in the number of cases recorded. The state director noted that only Plateau and Lagos states have been chosen to kickstart the campaign, encouraging stakeholders to carry the message of doubling up efforts at curbing the disease.
The agency is implementing the continuous engagement for relevant stakeholders to reinforce the previous activities. We wish to assure you that the vaccines must be proved to be safe.
Chairman of Bassa Local Government Council promised to take the message to the grassroots where it is most needed.
It is left for us. Please, let's go back to our various wards, holy units, village by village, enlightening people about COVID-19.
Goodwill messages came from traditional rulers, security agencies and religious leaders who all emphasized the timeliness of the call. From Bassa Local Government Area, Minre Silvanus Lot, NTA News.
That's our contribution to Nationwide. It's back to Elizabeth in Abuja for more news.
Thank you, Zinret. The Nigeria Police Force and the Police Service Commission are strengthening capacity to establish a strong platform that will improve operations to secure the country. To this end, a one-day retreat has been held for top management of the force and the commission. Francis Form reports.
Recruitment into the Nigeria Police Force has generated controversies between the organizations. Now, both have come together to fine-tune and foster good working relationship and understanding.
It is our expectation that we will leverage on the understanding that will evolve from this retreat towards building a resilient police institution and a strong police service commission that is bonded together by the overriding need to collaborate in the interest of our internal security in the country.
And whatever the challenges of the past, that we all agree and take decisions on ensuring that from now on, the relationship between the two bodies should be one that will not only help each organization to work very well, but at the end of it all should be one that will ensure that we have improved security arrangements.
Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami harped on synergy and professional understanding to meet set goals.
My presence in the Office of the Inspector General of Police and the presence of Police Service Commission in the Office of the Inspector General of Police are all targeted at a common understanding, which is building the desired collaboration for the success of the government.
The retreat is expected to strengthen the capacity of the management of the Police Service Commission and the Nigeria Police Force as they perfect plans to reverse the challenges of insecurity. Francis from NTA News.
Away from police affairs, as the registration and revalidation of the All Progressives Congress APC continues nationwide, Nigerians have been encouraged to maximize the opportunity by joining the party to team up with President Buhari and the governing party to develop the country. Senior Special Assistant to the President, Senator Ita Enang, stated this while revalidating his membership with APC at his hometown. Nsikak Okon reports.
The nationwide registration and revalidation exercise of the All Progressive Congress is ongoing in Akwa Ibom State. Chairman of the registration committee, Senator Abubakar Gari, while supervising the exercise, expressed appreciation with the large turnout of the people for the exercise and urged them to sustain commitment in other activities of the party. Senior Special Assistant to the President on Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Itaina, who validated his membership with APC at his hometown, Ididep, says APC is a big and strong national party led by the most transparent leader in Africa.
This registration is not for anybody's personal interest or ambition. It is the registered members of the party
So that's whether you are supporting A or B or C for Senate, for House of Assembly, for House of Representatives, for President, or for Governor of Akwa Ibom State, please let everybody come and register.
You must come out en masse and register, come out en masse and also vote for APC in all the elections that are coming.
Some of the members comment on the process of the exercise.
We, the member of APC, we are very happy because of what he have done for us, and the registration, everything he has done well.
Over 70–80% have exhausted their slip now, looking for more to register. And other of our brothers in the other political parties have joined us.
The exercise also featured distribution of Made in Akwa Ibom rice to all executive members, 31 chapter chairmen and ward chairmen in the state. In Uyo, Nsika Rokon, NTA News.
And Abia State members of the All Progressives Congress APC have joined their counterparts in other states of the country in validating their membership status in all nooks and crannies of the country. One of the latest members to revalidate his status is Sam Onigbo, the member representing Umuahia North, South and Ikwano Federal Constituency at the National Assembly, who recently changed camp from the People's Democratic Party to the APC. Steve Lonai Onwakolo reports.
Members of the All Progressive Congress in Abia State have joined their counterparts across the country in the revalidation and re-registration exercise. The effort is geared towards rebuilding and repositioning the party for greater responsibility.
It is worth doing because as you do this, you are reaffirming that you believe, that you trust, that you want to continue in the philosophy and ideology of APC.
In our party, we shall continue to know who are real members of our party. That's the essence of this exercise.
I have seen that power does not intoxicate. It does not intoxicate you. Onigbo has a lot of projects in the making for Ikwanoma.
The member representing Umuahia and Ikwano Federal Constituency at the National Assembly, Honorable Sam Onigbo, who recently cross-carpeted, was one of those who performed membership revalidation at his Ibere Ward 2 in Ikwano local government area of Abia State.
Embrace the community people. Do not discriminate or give them the impression that they are not politicians. Everybody is a political animal. Engage them, give them a sense of belonging. You'll be surprised that they would like to join you in your party and register.
What you have done to call your constituency to be part of what you are doing today is very unique. It's not everybody that understands the implication. That to say that you're a grassroots man. You go along with your people.
The All Progressive Congress re-registration and revalidation exercise is currently ongoing across the country. In Umuahia, Steve Lonai Nwaokolo, NTA News.
You're still watching Nationwide on NTA. Time now to head to Enugu, where Chinyere will be our guide. Hello, Chinyere.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Welcome to Enugu. To raise responsible adults that will make good leaders of the country tomorrow, the youth of today must be properly guided. Secretary to the State Government, Professor Simon Otuanya, stated this while interacting with members of the National Youth Assembly, Enugu State Chapter. Susan Eze has more.
In spite of the many national issues arising from youth restiveness, the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Otuanya, described as gratifying seeing young Nigerians like these ones who are focused and eager to contribute to nation building. Noting that youth development is a cardinal agenda of the administration, the Enugu State Government, he promised, will support the group in their noble venture.
So we are looking forward to body ambassadors like you to come up and take the mantle of leadership from where we're going to definitely as a matter of time.
According to the leader of the group, Mr. Gabriel Ude, the youths themselves have an enormous role to play in tackling youth-related issues in society. And this is what their group has set out to do through collaborations with the various arms of government.
And after our inauguration, we thought it wise to go back to the drawing board and come up with something that we address some of the ills in our passing through, and also to find solution.
The group presented their report on their activities and plans to the state government, seeking areas of collaboration. In Enugu, Susan Eze, NTA News.
The gross reduction in the moral values of today's youth has become source of great concern. What is responsible for such alarming increase in the rate of moral decadence amongst youth of today? Mena Adobe Ukabase has details.
The hunger and thirst for good things of life have set youngsters running on the fast lane of internet frausterism, obtaining by tricks, kidnapping, prostitution, and other debasing and immoral acts just to acquire quick wealth.
Moral decadence is one cankerworm that has continued to eat deep into the fabrics of our society. And culture contact, of course, is one of them.
There's been a total lack of interest in other educating and legitimate means of livelihood, while some youth struggle to engage in legal trades and ventures that build up their capacity to handle more tasking challenges of life. Others seek the easy way out, like stealing and killing.
The value for honesty, integrity, and hard work has been overtaken by greed and gross mentality.
It was a blame trade amongst respondents who incessantly point accusing fingers on both parents and the society for not providing the enabling basic background and environment to inculcate good moral standards on youths of today.
When they are home with their parents, they don't get to express themselves well with them. They tend to hide a lot of things, and this in turn affects them. Then when they go out, they mix with their peers and they learn from those people.
Respondents, however, call on parents and government to retrace their steps, go back to the drawing board and put the necessary machineries in place to nip this ugly trend in the bud. In Enugu, Mena Adobe Kovasi, NTA News.
That's it from Enugu. Nationwide continues with Elizabeth in Abuja after this commercial break.
Nigerian youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth Entrepreneurship Support Years by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
Studio lighting indoor and outdoor. Date 1st March to 5th March 2021. 1 week. Modern trends in broadcast media marketing. Date 15th March to 9th April 2021. 4 weeks. Understanding public service rules and mastering the art of standard minute writing, reports, memoranda, and briefs. Date 15th February to 12th March 2021. 4 weeks. The course fee for the 4-week courses is 100,000 naira per participant. The fee for the 2-week course is 80,000 naira, while the course fee for the 1-week course is 40,000 naira only. Accommodation inclusive. Venue for all the courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA TV College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more inquiries, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College, Jos. Training you to be the best you want to be. Focus on the game changer, His Excellency Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. Broadcasting in a digital economy, Maxwell Logo gives an insight. This edition also features Nancy Naji of AIT, a name synonymous with business. Meet the NCDC boss, Dr. Chikwe Ihekweazu. TV Guide, Your indispensable companion also x-rays the relevance of social media in the modern society. Meet some TV professionals who have impacted their spaces and other inspiring stories in sports, entertainment, and lots more. Grab a copy at the vendor near you or NTA stations nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
The second wave of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic is upon us.
To safeguard lives of our people, government has signed the health protection regulations, which makes wearing a face mask mandatory in public places.
Wear a mask. Keep social and physical distancing. Avoid crowded places. Wash your hands regularly with soap and clean water. And use hand sanitizer.
COVID-19 is real. Do not be infected. Do not spread it. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
Our last port of call is Benin, and Agatha will be our guide. Hello, Agatha.
Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining us in Benin. Edo State government says it is committed to completing the 30 billion naira Benin stormwater project for the benefit of the people. This was when Governor Gordon Obaseki inspected some areas covered by the project and ongoing construction of some road in the metropolis. The report.
In furtherance of his mandates to develop infrastructure in the state to drive development, Edo State Governor and other government functionaries are here at the Teza Mill Road Axis to see the ongoing construction work of the Teza Mill Road, as well as an underground drainage system in the area at the Second West Axis and Ewotubu catchment area, where the stormwater project aimed at giving permanent solution to flooded challenges is being executed. Governor Baseki was not happy with the level of work carried out.
We spent almost 30 billion naira claiming that we want to deflood areas and restore value to their properties. Look at what has happened after 5 years. So with what we have done now, with much less amounts, we are going to finally drain this area and bring back life.
Governor Baseki also proceeded to the 30.3-kilometer Ekenwa Road dualization project.
I cannot spoil like before again.
Good work they do, and God will bless and do they do the work they go.
He expressed optimism of delivering the job in good time in Benin. Elizabeth Omako, NTA News.
And as the Harmattan rages, experts are calling for caution to prevent outbreak of fire and its attendant destruction of lives, property and livelihoods. This followed the fire outbreak that gutted the Delta State High Court in Iseluku. Kelvin Ubechi reports.
It was gathered that the fire started from the nearby bushes. The building, including the roof, badly destroyed.
We woke up and find out that fire has taken over the place and burnt the court down. It was because of the lack of maintenance of the place that makes this thing to happen this way.
Now putting fire on the bush, it burned many people, farmer, too much.
The director of Delta State's Fire Service Command, Oziwele Eugene, said 90% of fire incidents these days are as a result of bush burning.
Bush burning has created much damages in the society. We can see the effect that it spreads to destroy buildings, destroy vehicles, destroy other properties. Those who are purposely burning the bush, there's this from it. If you have a property surrounded by bush, clear at least 5 meters round your property.
The court is located at outskirts of Iseluku, leading to Onichugbo town in the north local government area of Delta State in Asaba. Calvin Wechi, NTA News.
That's it from here. Elizabeth has the rest of Nationwide.
Thank you, Agatha. Talking sports now, Super Falcons walloped Equatorial Guinea 9-0 in the last match of the Turkish Women Cup. Samuel Johnson has this and more on Sports Updates.